Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Calum. I'm an empath, a psychic, and an oracle of sorts. And we're going to get a message out for you today. I kind of feel, I don't know if this is going to be general or if this is for a specific person, but there's a very pensive energy about. And one of something that just keeps coming to my mind over and over and over again right now is from, again, I'm referring back to uh, that fucking free writing thing I did. Um, I guess it really did make sense in time. But what keeps coming to mind, and I keep hearing over and over again, is take what you will, but never steal. Take what you will, but never steal. Take what you will, but never steal. What does that mean? What it means to me is approaching situations understand from a place of understanding that nothing belongs to you, knowing that there's always value to be found, but you do not have the right to take what isn't yours. For me, this is resonating for I posted a video on it, breakup sort of thing that I've been going through. And this statement is really hitting me right now because it's helping me realize, which I already knew, but it's helping me really find comfort in the fact that there's value in such a loss. That from the grief, lessons were learned about myself, about this person, about the way I handle grief, the way I handle myself responding to grief, the way I conduct myself, the way I cope with my emotions. And there's this, whenever I deal with losing someone that I care about, which sounds so dramatic just because, I don't know, it is dramatic. But having someone that you care deeply about leave your life can be hard to grapple with because there's a part of you that wants to cling on to that and keep that person around for the sake of the comfort of it. But there's value to be found in that loss. The pain teaches us how to grow, how to operate better alone. And that's been kind of my lesson recently. And one of my followers, but honestly new friends that I have found through this whole situation has been sharing some a daily affirmation sort of thing. And today's message was about coming to terms with the past, understanding that you cannot change the past, but we can change the future. We can mold our future, become who we want to be. And I feel like that message may be pertinent to this reading. Let's pull a Wicca Oracle card to get started. I hope you're having a wonderful moment in time. It's so nice to see you again. What does the Wicca Oracle have for us today? Help guide this message along. We have 2 cards. I pulled this card this morning. The Ecstasy of Infinity. Card number 3. But then we have the Found Moment. Card number 22. This almost feels like a response to the reading from this morning. All the readings have been very interconnected. I know I said I was going to take a break from readings for a little bit because I didn't want to have my pain influence the readings, but honestly, these have been really helping me cope with everything that I'm dealing with in my life right now, and are kind of I don't know. Doing readings has been bringing me a lot of peace. So I'm gonna stick to this like 2 readings a day thing until I feel better. The ecstasy of infinity. The primordial generation is the vital strength of the universe, surrounded by the coils of the serpent, Ophion. Femininity reconnects with the deepest essence of the divine nature that is in everything and everyone. The profound joy that emerges from it illuminates every life on earth, suspended on the mystical rose of balance between the spiritual and material worlds. The moon releases a healing rain that nourishes its sea. Eros will fill your life. You are encompassed by the vital power that flows within you and rises up to your eyes, which can enchant. Bring your spiritual experience into your daily life. See, and this card almost feels like a very like coming into yourself sort of message. It almost feels like releasing the need for well, maybe not releasing the need for it, but I mean, it says suspended on the mystical rose of balance between the spiritual and material worlds. The moon releases a healing rain that nourishes its sea. I feel like there's a sense of understanding that when things are lost, only more things are found internally. Understanding that the perceived loss is actually a net gain in a non-material sense, a metaphysical sense. I don't know, this could be like a call for balance. Let's read the found moment, and then we'll pull some tarot. The found moment. With an hour hand in his hands, he possesses the moment, cut from the fabric of time. It is the yod that descends as a ray of light that appears to put the cosmos in order. Maximum concentration, being in the center. The illuminated thus governs the sun and the moon. Suspended on the tide of the bitter sea, and the flow of things will no longer make sense, completely immersed in an eternal present, free to cultivate detachment and open to forms of being. Stop and contemplate your environment. Tune into the cycles of the moon and sun until they are a part of you. Become your destiny and embrace it, for it is yours and it belongs to you. And I just listened to a reading earlier today that talked about this idea of giving into the all of the universe, allowing the divine to show you every possibility. But I think this is really speaking to that aspect of releasing attachment to the past, releasing possibilities of what could have happened, and instead accepting what has happened, and allowing yourself to move forward by taking full account of your body in the present moment, where you stand, what it is you're feeling, and finding maybe not necessarily comfort in those feelings, but being able to provide comfort to those feelings. I posted a thread earlier today that said, like, we need to stop villainizing heavy and dark emotions like sadness or anger, and instead become so acquainted with them that we can treat them like an old friend that we care for. Because our pain is not something that it's not something separate from us. It's not something that, like, nothing productive comes from running from that pain, from acting like it isn't there or wishing it was something different, because it's trying to tell us something. It's an indication that there's healing that needs to be done, or it's like a signal to pain that has been caused to us, injustice around us, ways that we aren't feeling fully supported or cared for. And there's a need to really pour into ourselves when those feelings arise and be gentle with ourselves when those feelings arise. We're going to start with the Wanderer's Tarot. Okay, this energy is heavy, mostly because it's like really connecting with me. Um, I'm hoping this resonates for someone else as well, and I'm not just like having a therapy session with you. But you know, sometimes tarot acts as a form of therapy. At least for me, it's a strong way of stirring up self-reflection. I think it reveals parts of ourselves we're not like fully conscious of all the time. Sometimes I'm channeling and I'll say something that like kind of punches me in the gut, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize I knew what this feeling was. But I wanna do a spread and kind of figure out what the deeper aspects of this are and what the lesson that Spirit's trying to speech or teach alongside this is. Because I feel like there's more to this. I feel like there's something that I just feel like there's something deeper here. All right. I want to invite only entities of the highest order to deliver this message, provide clarity and confirmation, and messages that seek to heal. Yeah, I just saw the sun. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups is the challenge to that. Yeah, it kind of feels like you're being handed an opportunity, being given the chance to build the world that you want. But the struggle with that is how willing you are to pour into yourself, how willing you are to embrace the parts of yourself that are calling out. The Ace of Cups as the challenge makes me think that you may have fallen away from some self-care practices that need to be reintegrated. And with what the Ecstasy of Infinity was talking about, in how there's like a need to bring spiritual practice back into your daily life. And I think that that's part of why I'm doing these readings so much these last few days, is because this has been a really great way for me to feel connected to source again. Not that I felt disconnected before, but I feel like my connection has driven a lot deeper since all of the towers that have been falling around me, which is a beautiful thing to come out of it. In the past, we have the Eight of Swords. This spread is very reminiscent of this morning, but it feels contrasting as well. The Page of Swords is what's ahead. I want to know more about this Eight of Swords. It literally, this reading feels like the direct response to my last video, so you should go watch that. It's the one titled "You Know What to Do." I don't remember the rest, but that's the first part of the title. You know what to do. But the Two of Swords over the Eight of Swords, it's like you felt blind to a decision. I'm just going to speak as if this is a continuation of that reading, because this feels like the direct response to that. It feels like you made some sort of conscious decision to break yourself out of illusionment, out of restriction. Like almost you stopped lying to yourself is what I'm hearing. I want to know more about this Ace of Pentacles as well. In a moment. I'm going to pull one more for the Eight of Swords and Two of Swords. Ten of Swords, yeah. It's very much that sense that you had to make like a really hard decision, a heartbreaking decision that felt like the end of the world. But now you're being handed this opportunity. Let's find out what this opportunity looks like, what this chance to build is. The Three of Pentacles, a chance to work with others, to open yourself to the help of others. And I also think this might be opening yourself to the support of the divine. Um, allowing yourself the space to be heard, to be seen, to be understood. The Four of Swords. And this opportunity is one that requires self-awareness, accountability, but most of all, for you to be this star, to follow your passion, to live in your truth, your divine, authentic truth, in perfect harmony with the dark and the light, and to walk this path without fear of what those things might bring. It's giving like showing up and saying the things you have to say uh, without worry of reactions to those things, prioritizing your sense of comfort, your sense of stability. Yeah, my ears started ringing. Dude's jamming out. I don't even remember what I was thinking. That like, this is the chance for you to shine the way you've always wanted to. Shine so bright that the darkness doesn't have a choice. Now, the Ace of Cups is our challenge. I want to know more about that as well. The Seven of Wands. I almost feel like there's kind of an apprehension to face the pain, to allow the pain to be felt, to have a place within you, and I might actually roll up my window because this is super distracting. He's fucking jamming though. He's shredding. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, I have noise canceling on here. Did that? Yeah. Maybe you can hear it now. You know, actually, this almost feels synchronistic because it's like the pain is trying to make itself known. It's trying to... It's like you're fighting it, trying so hard for it to not be at the forefront of your mind, but it's there for a reason, and you need to listen to it in order for that noise to quiet. And accept that that pain is a part of your journey, it's a part of life, and it's inescapable, unavoidable. And the only way to make it go away is by allowing it to be felt, to feel it and heal it, as I always say. I want to know about your conscious goals. The Emperor. Ooh, you got big plans. You have a big... I don't know, it feels like the world is in your hands, and you're, at the very least, trying to, like, bring this world to light. But, again, the like, point of opposition that you're at with your pain and your sadness is almost like holding you back from reaching that potential. I also pulled Temperance, the Hierophant, and the King of Swords. But I don't think that you're necessarily trying to be avoidant to the behavior, because Temperance is telling me that you are making efforts to find balance again, to allow these things to set in. I'm a little confused about the Hierophant, so I'm going to read that. But I feel like the King of Swords is also speaking to this aspect of, like, making a hard choice again. Not to, like, repeat myself, but I'm gonna read more into that. Actually, I'm going to roll up my window, because that's very distracting. Ask for advice from those who know more than you. Surround yourself with the good and the wise, and turn to spiritual guides whose aim is not to manipulate you. Returning from the journeys of this type, an important test awaits you. Being a wise and strong guide yourself for those who really need the guidance. This is the road that leads from the human to the divine. Did you find the triple cross, or was it the universal forces that put it in your pathway? Its 3 levels represent the physical, mental, and divine planes. You need to rule all 3 of them, establishing a bridge between the high and the low. If you fail to do this, the imbalance will probably cause you harm. And I feel like you might be, like, that coming out with temperance makes me think that you might be seeking out therapy, seeking out some kind of counseling to support your growth, to support your healing. The King of Swords could also speak to this aspect of trying to seek out other people's perspectives on the things that you're feeling, trying to find some kind of solace through confirmation, which might be why you're here. And honestly, I kind of encourage that to, like, this isn't a weight that needs to be solely your own. What's important is that as you're, like, coping with this and you're trying to understand the things that you're thinking and feeling, that you aren't avoiding it. You're allowing it to have space, and you're also coping with these things in a healthy way that is productive and pushes you along your path to growth, to truly learn from the experience. Let's look at the subconscious. I'm not going to take that. We have the Sun and the 6 of Cups. I think, like, deep down, while you are, like, you have these big goals of, like, it might be, like, financial success or being in a position of, like, not necessarily power, but, like, influence. I just say that because of the King of Swords and the Emperor. It feels like you might want to, you have a dream of being someone that people can turn to, someone that is able to handle any situation. I feel like deep down there's an aspect of yourself that really just wants to be happy. The 6 of Cups is almost, it's giving this feeling like you just want to have that childlike whimsy, that childlike joy, that curiosity that you maybe haven't felt in a while. And that's kind of beautiful. I don't really have anything else to say about that. But I think it's probably, yeah, we have the 9 of Swords. That was exactly what I was going to say. I feel like there's a need to understand that your pain doesn't stop these things from happening. The pain is, if anything, like, it's not an obstacle. It is the guiding light towards the 6 of Cups Sun energy. But you have to be willing to work through your fears and allow that fear to have its place, to allow your pain to have its place, and not shun it. Because shunning it like, that almost feels like it would be a direct attack against that inner child within you. Because really, like, I don't know, I feel like pain comes from a place of, like, our most sensitive self being wounded in some sort of way, and if anything, we need to support that part of ourself. Give it a sense of safety. Provide yourself a safe space within yourself. You deserve to. Sorry, I'm just having to, like, feel these things as they're coming up. Let's talk about the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. again, there's like that aspect of curiosity with the Page of Swords. It's almost giving that Six of Cups vibe. Being open to new opportunities, being open to new perspectives, or you even could have a perspective of your own that you want to share with others. I'm seeing someone that's going to like group therapy or something. But with the Queen of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, I feel like there's I don't mean to just keep repeating myself, but like it just keeps coming through that there's a need to nurture yourself and like really prioritize giving yourself a proper support system, allowing your nervous system to reset. God, I wish that guy wasn't playing guitar right there. I am so hot right now. I only had my window out, window down, so I could have air. Let's try this. That might help a little bit. I'm going to read the Queen of Cups, actually. That actually did help. Cups. Where are the cups? Walk along the paths of compassion using your intuition. Listen to yourself and those who, like you, are following the ways of spirituality. You may be helped by a positive person with a strong feminine magnetism. The treasure is your serenity, emotional balance, and ability to express yourself artistically, avoiding the excess of overwhelming emotions, especially if you have relationships with those who may not understand and appreciate these emotions. So it also could be, there's almost like this, Spirit is kind of trying to get you to, like we were saying earlier, welcome the support of others and allow people to provide you that safe space as well. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. Why the indecisiveness? The Six of Pentacles. Which if you resonated with the last reading, I'm going to speak to the energy that this card had in that reading, where there's like a kind of indecisiveness around accepting the help of this Queen of Cups energy because of this feeling like people might have ulterior motives. But the Queen of Cups is also calling to allow yourself to be vulnerable without fear, because I think things will go better than you expect. You will be held in a way you don't expect, but also there's almost this sense that like by you being vulnerable with this person, you're almost providing them a sense of safety as well, in like understanding that you're not a burden will almost help this person feel this, like it's such a mutual that actually reminds me of one of the channeled messages from the other day. It was like mutually beneficial trade offers, and it could be like, which I don't want you to think of love as something that's transactional, because that's not how it works, but it is this aspect of like there's a safety between you two that will, I don't know, speak volumes. I don't know if there's really anything more I need to say about that. Let's pull on advice. The King of Pentacles. I'm gonna have to read that. I'm not really sure what that's trying to say. Whoa. The Ace of Wands. I'm getting like more and more tired the longer this reading goes on, so I'm probably gonna have to cut it short here soon. We have the Ten of Wands and the Empress. I heard release the weight that you're carrying. Like you're fighting the hard fight that doesn't need to be fought. It's like you're actively making it harder for yourself just for the sake of saying you could do it alone. But the Empress is speaking to this energy of like being willing to accept help from others, being receptive to others, but also being like, there's kind of a sense of being able to like birth the world that you want by like through your vulnerability, and understanding that your vulnerability is not a weakness. I want to read the King of Pentacles, and then we'll continue. Your throne is stable. Oh wait, no. You have reached a stable position. You have the success and wealth you desired, and your kingdom is strong. Is that what you really wanted? Or are you too tied to tradition and the results you have achieved? The choice is yours. Be dynamic and embark on a new journey, or be contented and consolidate what you have obtained. The enormous treasure that you manage, consisting of economic or energy wealth, can, and perhaps should, be shared and invested. The danger lies in a lack of discipline or generosity in fulfilling these actions. Experiencing beyond the material condition is exactly what you need to fly beyond and understand the truth. No, it very much, again, it feels like that message of being willing to share with another person, because I think you might have a wealth of knowledge that you don't even realize is a wealth of knowledge. But again, the Ten of Wands with the Ace of Wands, I feel like there's Spirit's trying to say that like you are carrying a weight that doesn't need to be carried alone. Accept help from others. And I think my energy level dropping so much while I'm doing this is almost like, it feels synchronistic to the message of this. Like understanding when you not necessarily can't go on anymore, but giving yourself permission to rest when the weight gets too heavy to carry alone. Allow people in. Seek support. It's not a weakness to ask for help from people. Sorry, the rest of this reading, I think I'm going to have to be really patient with. Because this is really heavy. This is a topic that's so hard to navigate. Just because it requires a lot of surrender. And I understand how difficult it can be to surrender in that way. There's like almost an apprehension for me to pull the external influences. We won't take those. Like 9 cards fell out. The Queen of Swords. Sorry, oh my gosh. There was such a weight when that card came out. The Four of Cups. You might feel like your circumstances aren't giving you the chance to tend to your emotional body. Hmm. Yeah, it almost feels like there's something around you that's expecting you to just be able to carry the weight. Um, and it feels like that weight might be starting to just get crushing. Like I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to this point. I'm just this energy, it feels like you're at your wit's end. Like you've seen so much that it's so hard to return to that center. But the Four of Cups as well, I feel like you're just not getting that chance to recharge in the way you need to. And that brings us back to the ecstasy of infinity, that need to like really dive into your spiritual practices. Meditation is probably going to be like an incredibly important tool and resource for you to regain that sense of control over your situation, but also being able to accept help from the people who understand the things that you're feeling. Um, I've never had a reading that I felt like I couldn't finish. Like I feel like I'm really crawling to the finish line here. And I don't really think this is something going on with me, like, because I was feeling like actually really energized when I started this. But this energy is fucking hitting me like a bus. Like I almost want to cry. I'm not afraid to. I'll do it. Don't push me. I'll fucking cry. We have the Hanged Man. It came out in reverse. I'm just going to take note of that. I was pulling for the hopes and fears. Which actually, this is such an interesting card to come out for that. Especially the fact that it came out in reverse and I decided to flip it upright. Because it almost feels like both aspects of this card are your hope and your fear. It's like there's a hope that the world is just flipped on its head right now and you will come to realization, but also the fear, oh my God, I'm going to start crying. The fear is coming to the realization and not liking it. Allowing the truth to speak. And that might be why you're not seeking support from others, because you know that there's like a reality you're not ready to face. What's the outcome? The Tower. This one's fucking hard for me. The Tower is the outcome. You're just clinging at your strength, clinging at the semblance of self that you've had before this, like, Ten of Swords energy in the past. And you're trying to keep everything from falling apart, but nothing stops the Tower. Once that, like, vital support has broken, it's going to fall no matter what. The scale has been tipped. And you can't fight the inevitable. You can't change what has happened. All you can do is prepare to move forward. Get ready to rebuild the Tower. Fuck. Fuck, man. And the Three of Cups is with the Tower. Oh my God, why did that bring the tears forward? This is... Sorry, you guys. This is like really fucking hard for me. it's almost like you need to have a realization that the tower needs to crumble, that the support that you're trying to like hold together to build on is not stable. And instead you need to celebrate the fact that this is a new start. Oh fuck, I might need to end this reading soon. Be willing to let people take care of you. Is there anything else, Spirit? I'm trying to find the lesson in it all. Or like I'm trying to find like a way to concisely deliver the lesson of this reading. But it's hitting me so fucking hard that I can't think straight. But the High Priestess is also with the outcome. And it's like the chaos of the tower falling is almost going to like create space for you to find some inner peace. It's going to allow you to disconnect from the chaos, to release that chaos to what it might be, and instead find some sense of certainty within yourself. Because that's really the only place we can find certainty is within. I don't know. We didn't really talk about like how this could show up in your life. I feel like this is just going to make sense to who it's going to make sense to. I don't have the mental energy to try to like string together possibilities right now, because honestly this is hitting me so deeply that I just can't. This feels more for me than anything else. But I hope it did resonate for you. I hope you know that you're going to be okay, that this isn't the end of the world, that the tower is simply ushering in change that you probably want, clarity that you probably want. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and like take notes on this. But the lesson that I keep reiterating, and I'm going to reiterate again, is we can't change what has happened. We can only change what will. Or rather, we can only shape ourselves to be better prepared for what will happen. But we can create the future we desire. But only if we're fully centered within ourselves and we're taking care of our energy and creating that balance. I want to keep talking, but I can't. I'm gonna like break into tears. So if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out on Instagram at fullmentalalchemy with an _ before and after. I want you to know I'm very grateful that you stuck with me through this, allowed me to read the energy for you, and I appreciate your support very much. I know it 45 minutes is a long time to sit through a reading, but I'm grateful if you made it to here. I hope you have a wonderful moment in time, and I will see you next time. Bye.